published by Ascension Glossary. During the Yeshua and Mary Sophia Iron Age Christos mission, they held a dihierogamic union and were able to produce children. Her female descendants were known to have retained the Dragon Queen bloodlines of Avalon, and their male descendants became known as the Fisher Kings in Gaul, which later became France. During the next stage of the Christos mission with the birth of King Arthur, his mother was from this same Dragon Queen bloodline, the Mother of Dragons, which descended directly from Mary Sophia Magdalene. This was later formed into a high priestess order known as the Sisters of Avalon. The heritage of the Sisters of Avalon as the High Priestess Order of the Mother of Dragons, sourcing from Mary Sophia Magdalene, was highly guarded by the underground representatives of the authentic Celtic Church or Nazarene sects. Thus, they hid the ancestral history of the female bloodlines of Christ through oral traditions and in some written manuscripts and historical artifacts that span locations between France, Ireland, and Scotland. Some of these records were given to Cistercian monks, which found their way to Luciferian Knights Templars, which inspired the massive efforts in building the Notre Dame cathedrals that are dedicated to Mary Magdalene as the Grail bloodline of the Solar Dragon Queen. Hence, the gorgeous Gothic cathedrals were built with advanced ancient builder Templar knowledge, which included extensive geodetic cymatic knowledge of the planetary ley lines. Thus, the cathedrals were intended to be the higher education and healing centers for the spiritual initiate of Magdalene mystery schools, which included the Sophianic knowledge of the great work of individual ascension in order to achieve spiritual sovereignty, known to be the highest divine purpose for all human beings. Before the Notre Dame cathedrals were ransacked by the Church of Rome upon the Roman conquest of Gaul, bustling Celtic civilizations sprouted up around the cathedrals. Prayer, fasting, reverence, and meditative study of sacred texts and imagery of the law of one philosophy as it was envisioned by the Celtic Church were an everyday life theme in the local communities. Nazarene pilgrims came to Gaul, which was primarily inhabited by Celtic and Aquitani tribes encompassing present-day France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Switzerland. Thus, Chartres Cathedral in France has an extensive history surrounding the hidden aspects of the Celtic Church and their Nazarene communities that came to take part in the initiation rituals hosted for Our Lady of Chartres, the Solar Dragon Queen Mary.